Welcome to the virtual world. This is virtual reality, where nature meets technology. Feel free to turn your heads and look around and get 360 degrees of exhilarating wildlife experience. My name is Vikranth Chourasiya. I'm a science student and a wildlife enthusiast. I'll be guiding you to the nature trail today. Right now where we are standing is a small forest walk called SHILONDA Nature Trail, which is inside Sanjay Gandhi National Park. It's a small forest walk, but it gives you an opportunity to witness some of the most amazing wonders of the forest. Numerous tree species with amazing economic and medicinal values. Along with that, with just 1 hour of walk, one can get a chance to see more than 50 to 60 species of birds and butterflies. So let's get ready and go for the nature trail. So welcome to SHILONDA Nature Trail, a small forest walk within the limits of Sanjay Gandhi National Park. It's a small forest walk with somewhere around 1.2 kilometers stretch, but with lots of tree species and lots of plants with a lot of economic and medicinal value. It has a huge number of birds and butterflies, and therefore it's a very good biodiversity hotspot within the park. So here we are to see the first tree species of our trail with a very interesting view. So if you look up, you see a tree with some flower buds and leaves. This interesting tree is called as haldu in the vernacular language. In scientific name, it is called as Edina cordifolia. The reason why it is called as cordifolia is because cordi means heart and folia means leaves. So if the leaves are shaped in a heart shape, then that's the reason why what gives them the name as cordifolia. The reason why it is called as haldu is because if you peel off the bark and if you see the color, it's yellow in color, very similar to haldi that is found in the kitchen, what we call as turmeric, and that's what gives it the name as haldu. And here we come upon another interesting place in this particular trail, what we call as the junction, where if you just look up, you'll see the power lines. And if you look around, you'll also come across a grassy patch, and therefore you also get the birds and other animals which are found in the grassy areas. And that's the uniqueness of this park. When you look at this park, every season when you come, it gives you an opportunity to witness a different landscape. When you come during monsoons, you'll find everything green. When you come during winters, you'll find grasses. When you come in the summers, you'll find barren patch of ground which is completely dry. And that's what makes a very interesting place. That's because there are different kind of animals which have a different landscape to exploit and survive. The bare patch of path that you see around to your left and to your right is what is called as a fire line, which is meant to manage the forest fires, and these fire lines help prevent the spread of forest fires and therefore protecting the other patch of the forest from getting burnt. Winter is also a good time for the popular species of birds which migrate all the way from Himalaya and European areas during winter season all the way to Indian subcontinent, and many of those are also seen in this park. If you look up, you'll see a huge massive branch of woody lianas entangling a huge tree of haldu that we saw earlier, and you can see all the thick network and the dense branches. And right here we see a very interesting shrub found in this park. This shrub is called as carvi. It's also called as strobilanthes. Interesting story about this shrub is that it flowers only once in every 8 years, and they have a flowering cycle. These shrubs, what happens is they are dormant during the winters and the summers, and they come to life, or they wake up from the sleep and start getting these leaves. It's a host plant for a species of very beautiful looking butterfly called blue oak leaf, and the caterpillars feed on the leaves of this particular tree. They grow mostly on the hilly slopes of Western Ghats and they start flowering after every 6 to 7 years. This was the year when they flowered, and now we may have to wait for next 7 to 8 years to see them flowering again. So this was Karvi. The forest around with full of lianas and tall trees entangling each other, and here to my left you can see there's a massive stem of woody liana entangling around a massive tree, and as you just look up you'll see huge network of the climbers around, and you also see some funguses growing on the bark of the woody lianas. So here we come to the end of the SHILONDA Nature Trail. As we came through different patches of forest, there's mixed deciduous, grasses, and here we come to the end, which has a small water stream full of rocks. Eventually, when the water dries up during the late winters and summers, it is a home to numerous creatures which live under the rocks in the cool climate. So, as we saw such valuable things of this particular trail, Sanjay Gandhi National Park acts as a green lung for the city of Mumbai, does not need a justification. So do take a time and do visit the place.